KFI News Time, 2:05.
Wayne Howard, coach of the 49ers at Cal State Long Beach, understand that the beach is back.
That's right. Our 49ers last year were the second most improved football team in the country. And believe me, this year more than ever, the beach is back.
All right, Coach Wayne Howard, stake your claim to 49er season tickets. Call 49er 85344. That's 49er 85344 for explosive winning Long Beach football. A message in the community interest by Foster and Kleiser, a Metro Media company.
KFI News Center weather. Sunny afternoons, cloudy nights, and through mid-morning. Also some fog, highs upper 70s, lows near 60. At the Civic Center right now, 82. At the beaches, 70. Orange County, 74. San Diego reports 71. 95 degrees right now in Riverside and 88 degrees in the San Fernando Valley. That's KFI News. I'm Pat McGinnis with Dave Hall. And at 2:06, you're up to date.
You're listening to KFI Los Angeles, the only radio station you'll ever need. And Dave Hull.
I've been walking these streets so long, singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Well, I really don't mind the rain, and the smile can hide all the pain, but you're down when you're riding the train that's taking the long way. And I dream of the things I'll do with a subway token and a dollar tucked inside my shoe. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Like a rhinestone cowboy,
It's Glenn Campbell.
riding
This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel on Monday at KFI. Glenn Campbell and Rhinestone Cowboy. Boy, that's one thing I haven't had for some time. No, not that. I mean, a good offer over the phone. Once you get my age, and, these offers stop around about 25 and 26. It's 9 minutes past 2 at KFI.
640 souvenir. Sometimes we walk hand in hand by the sea, and we breathe in the cool, salty air. You turn to me with a kiss in your eyes, and my heart feels a thrill beyond compare. Then your lips cling to mine, it's wonderful at the earth and the sky, I turn to you and you melt in my arms. There we are, darling, only you and I. What a moment to share in wonderful, wonderful, oh so wonderful, my love. The world is full of wondrous things, it's true, but they wouldn't have much meaning without you. Some quiet evening I sit by your side and we're lost in a world of our own. I feel the glow of your unspoken love. I'm aware of the treasure that I own. And I say to myself, it's wonderful, wonderful, oh so wonderful, my love. And I say to myself, it's wonderful,
Johnny Mathis, 1957. Wonderful, wonderful. That has got to be a KFI classic. Well, boy, that's something strange. That's never happened to me before, but man, it sure cleared up whatever trouble I had. This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel at 12 minutes now past 2 o'clock. That is probably, I know who that is. The only guy that would do that to me is Floyd. Hello.
All right, Dave, how you doing, dude?
Yeah, I thought it was Floyd. Floyd, for those of you who don't know, is one of the only living descendants of Carlo Rossi, who has the wine commercial on this radio station. Isn't that correct?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I tell you what,
And I'm getting to a point now where I can understand Floyd. It takes a little while. I may have to repeat some of the words for you people there who are listening to KFI, but for the most part, I can understand him pretty well now. What's on your mind, Floyd? You only usually call when there's usually a Molly B concert out in Blythe.
Well, I'll tell you, I went around to some different places. You had some fun.
What's that?
Tell you, I went around to some different places. You had some fun.
Oh, this weekend you went around to different places to have fun.
You know what? I went to Disneyland.
What's that?
I went to Disneyland.
You went to Disneyland.
I went over to Knott's Berry Farm.
You went to Knott's Berry Farm.
I come around, I went to Marineland.
What's that?
Marineland.
Marineland.
With the fish.
Let me see if I got this right now. Disneyland, then Knott's Berry Farm, then Marineland with the fish.
All right, I want to see if they got a shark there, too.
Yeah, you went down to see the shark. I understand that.
And the place I think was about the most interesting was they have a new place out in L.A. that I went to.
Wait a minute. They've got a new place and say you went to Disneyland, Knott's, and Marineland, but now they got a new one.
A brand new place that just opened up in L.A. I think you ought to go there.
Well, what's the name of it?
It's a Thomas Noguchi next of kin wax museum and vinyl organ bank.
Hey, pal, what do you need?
Is this a Photomat store?
What do you got, some film you want developed?
Where's the Photomate?
Making sure you're at a Photomat store isn't a bad idea, since it's the only store where you can get good, fresh Photomat film and flash cube.
Do you develop,
Sure we do. We develop film.
What about the no-fault photo guarantee?
You don't like what you see, then we can talk.
The Photomat store is the only store that gives you Photomat's no-fault photo guarantee.
What kind of print finish can I get?
Well, you get one per frame, exposed in...
I caught you! You didn't know about the glossier the silk, Buster. I didn't just fall off the turnip truck, you know. This is not a photo... This isn't Photomat!
Next time, make sure it's the Photomat store.
And to get acquainted with the good film and good pictures from the Photomat store, here's a half-price sale. Just bring in your roll for developing to any participating store, and we'll replace it with an equivalent roll for half price. Good, fresh Photomat color printer slide film. Half price.
15 minutes past 2 o'clock here at KFI. Monday afternoon, Jack Angel with Dave Hull at Radio 640. And blue sky. And it is mostly blue sky. Started off with hazy sunshine today, but it's mostly sunny now. Sunny and cooler this afternoon. We're going to have some low clouds and fog tonight. Generally sunny by tomorrow. Right now in Altadena, it's 88 degrees and sunny and hot. 82 in Beverly Hills. Carson reporting 70, 74 at this moment in Orange. For the next 24 hours, looks like great weather. It's 18 minutes past 2. 2:18 here at KFI. This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel. Dropping another name on you. Ruth Goss, a 21-year resident of San Fernando Valley, has been appointed an L.A. County Human Relations Commissioner member. We congratulate you, dear, from KFI.
Estee Lauder has a gift for you. Her beauty glossary. Glossomers for your lips, face and cheek tint, pressed powder, roll-on mascara, and Youth Dew Perspray. This $15 value is your gift from Estee Lauder with a choice of $6 or more from her beauty collection. It's time for you to become an Estee Lauder woman. Your Estee Lauder gift is available through September 6th at Buffum's.
This is Earl Colbert. Let's take a minute for an American profile for Service 640. To most Americans, the Declaration of Independence formalized what they'd been feeling all along. As early as 1752, the State Assembly of Pennsylvania voted to have a bell installed in the State House with the following quotation from the Bible inscribed on the belfry. Proclaim liberty through all the land and to all the inhabitants thereof. When the Continental Congress declared the colonies independent of England July the 4th, 1776, excitement and enthusiasm ran so high the bell was rung for 2 hours. The story spread through the colonies, and the Liberty Bell, as it was now called, became a symbol of the Revolution. Several years later, the famous bell cracked. An attempt was made to restore its tone by sawing the crack wider, but was unsuccessful. Since 1854, the Liberty Bell has rested on a 13-sided pedestal in the rotunda of the State House in Philadelphia. This is Earl Colbert for KFI.
KFI
Here's the KFI opener. To find out how you can register at LA Harbor College for a wide range of off-campus classes at 27 community locations, call 835-0161.
When I was young, I had a dream that I would meet someone like you, and we would have a happy home if the world would leave us alone. So it came to pass, it all came true. You needed me like I needed you, but the world kept moving on, and our life was changed by a song. Sometimes I wonder and I worry too, if I did not know how to sing, would I still have you? That's the time I wished I'd never bought that first guitar. I'd be out somewhere in Oklahoma fixing cars, but maybe after my hard working day was through, I'd still have you. It's hard to have loving on your mind, with people lining up for it all the time, and the world I love went floating by. How did I miss the hurt in your eyes? Sometimes I wonder and I worry too, if I did not know how to sing, would I still have you? That's the time I wished I'd never bought that first guitar. I'd be out somewhere in Oklahoma fixing cars, but maybe after my hard working day was through, I'd still have you.
That's Slow Ball. And would I still have you?
When I was young, I had a dream that I would meet someone like you.
That's another Jack Angel premiere. Now it's a Pop Power winner at KFI. It's 24 minutes past 2:24 here at Radio Los Angeles, KFI, and Dave Hull for Jack Angel. Did you know that lawyers have salmon blood? That may come as a startling thing to hear over this radio station, but if you listen to Lohman and Barkley in the mornings, about 8:25, you'll hear all about it. Lawyers have salmon blood. They found some salmon blood on the front seat of somebody's car, and they toted the dude off to jail because one of the other people in Pine City is missing. I don't know what it means any more than you do. Lohman and Barkley do, though. But if you haven't heard Light of My Life, a true-to-life story of people in Pine City, then you're missing something. Hear it tomorrow right here on KFI.
Big Daddy's got the taste that never lets you down. So pour yourself a glass that's tall. Try the Big Daddy out them all. That's Dad's old-fashioned root beer.
Yes, the name may be old-fashioned, but the taste of Dad's is now.
Yeah! Big Daddy's got the taste that never lets you down. So pour a glass that's tall. Drink Dad's root beer, the Big Daddy of them all.
There are lots of Diet soft drinks around that promise good taste. Then there's Dad's sugar-free root beer. Big Daddy's got the taste that doesn't disappoint. Real original draft root beer flavor. And only 1 calorie per 8-ounce serving. So wet your whistle with sugar-free Dad's. The others talk about it, but Dad's delivers the taste.
So pour a glass that's tall, drink Dad's roast beer, the big, big daddy of them all. Big, big daddy of them all. Big, big daddy of them all. 640 Souvenir.
This will take you back to 1968. Boy, the gals went wild over Paul McCartney in that year when he sang about Michelle.
Michelle, my belle, these are words that go together well. My Michelle, Michelle, my belle, someday mots qui vont très bien ensemble, très bien ensemble. I love you, I love you, I love you. That's all I want to say. Until I find a way, I will say the only words I know that you understand. Michelle, ma belle, sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble. Très bien ensemble. I need to, I need to, I need to, I need to make you see what you mean to me. Until I do, I'm hoping you will know what I mean. I love you. Until I do, I'm telling you, so you'll understand. Michelle, ma belle, sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble. And I will say the only words I know that you'll understand. My Michelle.
Boy, that was a pretty song, wasn't it? Paul McCartney from 1968, The Beatles and Michelle. You know, I think our parents were right. They don't make records like they used to anymore. From the Beatles to Tom Paul.
Put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. And go out to the car and change the tire. Wash my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Come on, baby, you can fill my pipe. And then go fetch my slippers. And boil me up another pot of tea. Then put another log on the fire, babe. And come and tell me why you're leaving me. You wash the car on Sunday. Don't I warn you when you're getting fat? Ain't I gonna take you fishing with me someday? Well, a man can't love a woman more than that. Ain't I always nice to your kid sister? Don't I take her driving every night? So sit here at my feet, 'cause I like you when you're sweet. And you know it ain't feminine to fight. So put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. Go out to the car and lift it up and change the tire. Wash my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Come on, baby, you can fill my pipe. And then go fetch my slippers. And boil me up another pot of tea. Then put
Don't tell me why you're leaving me.
That's Tom Paul. Put another log on the fire. Going out to the car, lift it up and change the tire. Boy, I'd like to see the arms on that one. This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel at KFI.
I'm Pat McGinnis with the latest from the KFI News Center at 2:31. Wilshire Boulevard in the heart of Beverly Hills is closed to traffic and part of the area evacuated because of a major gas leak near Roxbury Drive. Fire department and gas company crews have rolled to the scene. Word is it may be a couple of hours before Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills can be reopened to traffic and people go back to their buildings. KFI News Fleet reporter Mark Coogan is en route to the scene and will have reports back later. Israel and Egypt to reach a Sinai peace accord within the week. President Ford in Milwaukee this afternoon told a news conference that's his expectations. Speculation, moderate military officers in Portugal might try a coup. They told the president to get rid of his pro-communist premier, and the president has now refused. Locally, the LA City Council today gave tentative approval to a nearly 26-cent hike in the city property tax rate. It would go to $3.08 per $100 of assessed valuation if the council gives final approval later on. The 24-year-old L.A. mother has been booked after her 18-month-old son died today. She allegedly said she'd been exorcising the infant. The State Assembly approved and sent to Governor Brown the bill to make 250,000 farm workers eligible for jobless pay benefits. And Secretary Butts estimates the U.S. will be able to sell the Soviets as much as 10 million more tons of grain. Butts says the U.S. is learning to use food as a diplomatic tool, and that's why Kissinger is making progress towards peace in the Mideast. KFI News Center weather. Sunny afternoons, low clouds and some fog night to mid-morning hours. Highs in the upper 70s, lows near 60. This is Pat McGinnis with Dave Hull. When news happens, KFI gets it on.
Conversations, but you understand me anyway. No hidden questions in your morning eyes. We began that way, and to think that you know me better, even better than I know myself. I believe that you know me better, even better than I know myself.
Even better than I know myself. Maureen McGovern. Boy, I like that song. This is not, keeps doing that at me. This is not Jack Angel. You're probably wondering where Jack is. Jack is gone on vacation, but he'll be back on Monday. This is Dave Hull for Jack. It's 24 minutes now till 3 o'clock. It's exciting to me here at KFI because we've been very fortunate. We've had a lot of different telephone calls. Father Moriarty, I believe, called earlier, or will call tomorrow. He's on hold. Then Coroner Gucci called, and we're excited now to hear from Preacher Catherine. She's on the phone. Hello.
Hello, Dave.
Yes, is this Miss Catherine?
This is Miss Catherine. Yes, it is. It really is.
Yes, the one with the smile on your face, the one that's on television.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Dave, I was just sitting here wondering.
Yes.
Trying to figure out if Dino plays the piano better than he makes a dry martini.
Now, for those of you who don't know, and I should explain something, Miss Catherine, Dino was your former piano player who no longer is on the show now. Is that correct?
Right. He left the pits in the olives.
He did leave the pits in the olives.
Yes, and I broke 3 caps. Yes, I did. 3 of them. Count them.
I'm afraid to. See, now, if I've got this straight, he wasn't much of a piano player, but he could mix up the martinis, except he left the pits in the olives.
Yes, he could. 14, 15 a day.
Well, is that what was on your mind, Miss Catherine, or did you have something else to tell the world?
Dave, I just thought I would call and tell you that, and assure the world that, Dave, I believe I'm nuts.
I'm Jane, and this is a No Frills commercial. Just straight talk and good news. Yes, No Frills is back, which means that now you can fly national and save a big 35%. Fly me with No Frills.
Right you are, dear. Thank you so much, too. You are something else, honey. Starting September 3rd, you can fly National's No Frills fare to Houston for just $73. That's a savings of $39. Save $60 to Miami, $46 to New Orleans. The number of No Frills seats is limited, so act fast. It's first come, first serve. Yes, No Frills is back. For details, call your travel agent or National Airlines.
Every second that goes by, someone gets a headache. If that someone is you, stop your pain with Anison's Adult Strength. Adult Strength Anison gives you 400 milligrams of pain reliever in every tablet. Anison's not even recommended for young children. Anison gives you adult strength that's fast, adult strength that's strong. Yet millions take Anison without stomach upset. Next headache, stop the pain. With Adult Strength Anison, take only as directed.
Hi there, this is Dave Hull for Jack Angel. It's 21 minutes now till 3 o'clock. From the first part of 1975.
Wouldn't believe where I've been. The cities and towns I've been in. From Boston to Denver and every town in between. The people, they all look the same. Oh, only the names have been changed. But now that I'm home again, I'll tell you what I believe. It's a miracle, a true
thought that'd be apropos to play after Miss Kuhlman's call. Yeah, it's a miracle. This is Dave Hull at KFI. It's 18 minutes now till 3 o'clock for Jack Angel. I am not at the beach. I have nobody who's told me this, but the surf was supposed to really be up good today, 4 to 6 feet, and up to about 8 to 10 feet in some of the breakers rolling in because of Hurricane Ilsa in Baja California. Wherever you are, I know you're enjoying the weather. It's sunny and cooler for most of the parts of Southern California. On the beaches, it's super. Altadena now reporting 88 and sunny. It's 82 in Bellflower. Lenox, it's 70 and 74 in Alamitas Bay.
One of the good things about Schilling spaghetti sauce mix, it doesn't taste as though it came out of a jar. It tastes homemade because you do make it yourself, fresh every time. Yet Schilling spaghetti sauce mix gives you 13 different seasonings, including imported spices and mushrooms. Schilling spaghetti sauce mix takes 20 minutes, about the time it takes you to get dinner ready. It's really worth waiting for, and it costs less.
Watch every penny, take so many, just to make ends meet. So bring out the shilling, more than just filling. A seasoned meal can be a treat. A meal money saver, need shilling flavor. Shilling flavor makes all the difference in the world. Meal money saver, need shilling flavor.
We've got a total jackpot of only $256. That's kind of crummy, isn't it? I mean, 50,000-watt KFI, you'd expect a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 jackpot. Well, it may build up to that. All you have to do is tell us to whom the next voice belongs and send your guess on a postcard to $64 voice, KFI, Los Angeles 90004. I am going to send in my own postcard. I believe this voice is my mother, Mrs. Edna Hull of Huntington Beach. She used to say this to me. She used to come out on the front porch and say that when I'd come home with the next-door neighbor's apricots.
Pollyanna.
I dug it.
This is the voice of California. KFI, Los Angeles.
Well, you know, there was always hang-ups with all the kids in the neighborhood that I lived in. Mine was just one of many. This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel on Monday. It's 16 minutes now till 3 at KFI.
She came to me, said she knew me, said she'd known me a long time. And she spoke of being in love with every mountain she had climbed. And she talked of trails she'd walked up far above the timberline. From that night on, I knew I'd ride strong with Carol.
song reminds me of something else, and I just haven't figured it out yet. But I will, as I hear it more. That's Michael Murphy and Carolina in the Pines. This is Dave Hull on the radio at KFI for Jack Angel on Monday at 13 minutes now till 3. Getting ready for Hudson and Landry. A major gasoline leak, or at least a gas leak of some kind, at Beverly Hills forces the closure of Wilshire Boulevard to traffic and evacuation of some nearby buildings. Pat McGinnis with details at 3 at KFI.
The bank that served Queen Caroline of England in 1821 is the bank where you can get free service today. Barclays Bank presents the Sterling account. It's a whole package of banking services, and it's free. If you qualify, here's what you'll get. A free checking account, so you can write all the checks you want with no service charge and no minimum balance. Automatic overdraft protection, so you can write yourself an instant loan up to your credit limit. A check guarantee card for cashing checks up to $100. You get free traveler's checks, free cashier's checks, free money orders, free notary service, and more. The Sterling account. Stop by any of Barclays' 38 offices and ask about it. At Barclays Bank, we've been serving important people for more than 300 years. With the Sterling account, we're doing it free.
Evidently, that gas leak out at Wilshire Boulevard is more serious than what was first indicated. It has closed traffic. Some buildings have been evacuated. Let's have a late report now from Mark Coogan as KFI News Time is 12 before 3.
Well, Dave, serious maybe in terms of inconvenience, but perhaps not in terms of the danger of explosion. The Wilshire Boulevard is closed for 4 blocks from Roxbury on to the junction or the crossing of Santa Monica Boulevard, and from 800 to 1,000 people have been evacuated from 3 buildings, one a big high-rise manufacturer's bank, one of these brand new kind of smoky glass buildings. They have been evacuated because the gas leak is right out front. Ironically, the gas company was doing some leak search work. In other words, every now and then they tear up the street to try and see how the lines are doing, and in that process they knocked off a valve, and that caused the leak, and the gas is still escaping. The smell of natural gas is very prominent here. The gas company crews who are working here think it may be another half hour before they have things shut off. It might be a lot longer than that before they allow traffic back on Wilshire Boulevard. In Beverly Hills, Mark Coogan, KFI News.
This report with Mark has been brought to you by Barclays Bank. There's a Barclays Bank at Bedford Drive and Brighton Way, Beverly Hills. Open from 9 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6 Fridays. Member FDIC. Is that my first wife?
Aquí viene el lobo.
That's El Lobo. Jan Davis guitar. That's a wolf in the background. We have those things up our way. They're called coyotes. It's all part of the wolf family. And they always come out when I come out of the house. And you can see their beady eyes across the canyon from where I live. Either that or we've got peeping Toms on the other side over there, and nobody's caught them yet. Hello, this is Dave Hull at 8 minutes before 3 for the vacationing Jack Angel at KFI.
This is Renee LeBlanc for Service 640 with LA Offbeat and Upbeat. If there was ever a hopeless case, it was Joseph Sorrentino. By the time he was 21, he was an all-around failure. He was a high school dropout and in and out of juvenile hall. Even in the Marine Corps, he ended up in a padded cell before being given a dishonorable discharge. Now, 16 years later, you'd expect he'd either be dead or serving a long prison term. No, today at 37, Sorrentino is a Los Angeles attorney, university professor, author of 3 books, family man, and he's even served as a referee in juvenile court. That's because at around 21, Sorrentino made up his mind to make a new life for himself and went back to school and even back into the Marine Corps to get an honorable discharge. After years of hard work, he was graduated at the top of his class from Harvard Law School. In an effort to show delinquents what possibilities life holds for them, the lawyer travels to juvenile halls around the country to tell the kids how he made it up from nowhere. This is Renee LeBlanc for KFI.
Thanks a lot, Renee. Mr. Sorrentino, by the way, Renee, is out in front of the radio station here on Vermont wanting to talk to you. It seems there are a few things he hadn't told his wife.
KFI presents Lorne Green. I want to talk to you about wildlife habitat. That's a place where animals can find food, water, and cover. A place to raise their young. Wildlife habitat is ruined and the delicate balance of nature destroyed when our water and air are poisoned and the earth is stripped bare. Join our campaign to protect wildlife habitat. Write the National Wildlife Federation, Department R, Washington, D.C., 20036.
Here's a 640 souvenir.
Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started into hum. Still, it's a real good bet, the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. And wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? Best is yet to come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain the cup dry. Wait till your charms are ripe for these arms to surround. You think you've flown before, but baby, you ain't left the ground. Wait till you're locked in my embrace. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come the day you're mine. Come the day
That's Frank Sinatra and Count Basie from 1962, and the best is yet to come. Well, let me think. Frank Sinatra, he was right about that. His newest song is a smash. I hope to play that one for you. Maybe if I don't play it today, I'll get it on for you tomorrow. The new one by Frank Sinatra. And the best is yet to come. Count Basie. Has he passed away, or is he still with us? Oh, he's going to be down in Disneyland. Well, he better not, Dad, at least for the next weekend or two. Oh, he's something. So, therefore, the best is yet to come for him. Well, the best is yet to come for all of us, I suppose. This is Dave Hull. We're hoping that something is the best to come on this show here at KFI. It's 3 minutes now before 3. Dave Hull for Jack Angel. It's time for Save-On's 3 great radio bargains. Only through Wednesday at Save-On drugstores. Super savings on these items. Lavoris, the big 40-ounce bonus bottle with 8 free ounces is only 99 cents, and that's a bonus price. And Alberto VO5 hairspray, big 16-ounce can, only $1.49. And personal size ivory soap, 4 bars, only 45 cents. Great bargains from your nearby Save-On drugstore. Open till 9:30 tonight.
Save-On. The quality drugstore. Save-On. The place to shop. Save-On. A great place to shop.
Save-On drugstore. Save-On drugstore. Save-On.
Remember, bargain number 1, Lavoris, the 40-ounce bonus bottle, only 99 cents. Number 2, Alberto VO5 hairspray, 16-ounce can, only $1.49. And number 3, personal size ivory soap, 4 bars, only 45 cents at Save-On, a great place to shop. Pat McGinnis has got the news. Then Dave Hull comes back for Jack Angel around the corner at KFI.
Sí, por amor viviremos. Piensa en mí en el momento que una linda mujer llegue a ti con su canción. Cuídate, amor, solo piensa en mi amor, en mí. Que yo sí te quiero, yo que te necesito. Piensa en nosotros y el amor que viviremos. Tú me perteneces, te mantendré a mi lado. Cuando llegue a ti otra mujer, quiera tu amor, recordarás el amor de los dos, amor. Que yo sí te quiero, yo que te necesito. Piensa en nosotros y el amor que viviremos por siempre. Un amor fugaz pronto se puede dejar cuando pase la ilusión. Quien su amor te dará. Yo soy, yo soy, yo soy, yo soy quien estará contigo. Por amor viviremos. Soy en verdad quien te llena de amor, que no encontrarás quien pueda amar con mi sinceridad. Yo soy, que yo sí te quiero, yo que te necesito. Piensa en nosotros y el amor que viviremos por siempre. Yo soy, yo soy, yo soy, yo soy.
Captain Antonio and Por Amor Viviremos. Oh, around the corner, the Doobie Brothers, the Carpenters, Grassroots, Neil Diamond. How about John Denver as well? On the Jack Angel for Monday at the only radio station you'll ever need. 50,000 watt KFI Los Angeles.
Here's the news you need at 3:01. Good afternoon. For KFI, I'm Pat McGinnis. There was a major gas leak in Beverly Hills this afternoon. KFI News Fleet reporter Mark Coogan moments ago radioed, they've pinched off the leak, shut it down. Now let's go to Mark for a live report. Mark?
Well, the leak lasted about exactly an hour, and just maybe 5 minutes or so ago, the gas company crews did manage to put a clamp on this broken part and cut off the leak. Now the repairs will proceed. They'll have to put in a new fitting around the valve that blew out and caused the leak in the first place. However, though the leak is now over, the inconvenience remains, and that is Wilshire Boulevard through the busy heart of Beverly Hills is still closed off to traffic for 4 blocks from Roxbury on the east to Santa Monica Boulevard on the west, and from 800 to 1,000 people have had to leave 3 buildings right along the site of the leak, 3 high-rise buildings. They are still evacuated. They haven't come back yet, and I have no estimate of the time when traffic will be reopened and the people will be allowed to go back to the buildings. The irony here is that the leak started as a result of some anti-leak surveying work being done by the gas company crews. Every now and then they tear up the street to look at the lines and see how well they're doing, and during this process they knocked off a valve and the leak started. But the leak now is over and the repairs have begun. In Beverly Hills, Mark Coogan, KFI News.
The news about the Mideast at this hour is good. President Ford told a Milwaukee news conference he expects the Sinai peace agreement within a week. Secretary Kissinger arrived in Jerusalem from Egypt today, saying he made progress in his talks with Egypt's President Sadat. And Agriculture Secretary Earl Butt says the potential sale of more U.S. grain to the Soviets is one reason for the progress in the Mideast. Butt says the U.S. has now learned to use food as a tool of diplomacy. He also estimates the U.S. can sell Russia 10 million more tons of grain. A 24-year-old Los Angeles mother was booked today on suspicion of murder after her 18-month-old son died before dawn today. The mother, Patricia Ann Olney, allegedly told officers she had been exorcising the child because he had been giving off negative vibrations. Officers said they believe the woman had been trained in the martial arts and that the 18-month-old received head injuries, possibly from karate chops. A permanent fire chief was sworn in today in Los Angeles, the new head of the L.A. City Fire Department, Kenneth Long. Long expressed confidence that firemen here would not use a strike to try and gain higher wages.
I believe that our employee organizations here and the men and women of the department are very responsible, and in my opinion, they wouldn't strike. If they do, we'd have to take those employees who do not strike and do the best job possible, just as any community does when they face that kind of a strike.
50-year-old Fire Chief Long says he'll continue recruiting minorities and women into the L.A. City Fire Department. El Monte Police were reported to be continuing their work slowdown today, a tactic to get the wage and benefit contract talks with the city going again. Pomona Police meet tonight to decide what to do in their wage dispute with that city. There's a possibility of a strike vote tonight. Up in Sacramento today, the bill extending state unemployment insurance coverage to about 250,000 farm workers has been sent to Governor Brown for signature. The final legislative action on the bill came in the Assembly, where it was approved by a 42-14 vote, the measure sponsored by Assemblyman Jack Fenton, Democrat, Montebello. At some churches, as many of you know from yesterday, you have to arrive early to get in or wait until the next service. Well, not so in the San Joaquin Valley community of Layton at the Church of Christ. Back in the late 40s, the Troy Robertsons bought some land and the members of the church put up a concrete block sanctuary. Since then, Troy has died, and the other members, one by one, moved away from Layton for one reason or another, until finally the little church could no longer support a preacher and he left. Now Sunday service at Layton's Church of Christ finds Hazzie Robertson sitting alone among the pews while her brother Paul Oates preaches the sermon. KFI News Center weather. Sunny afternoons, cloudy nights through mid-morning, also some fog. The highs in the upper 70s, the lows near 60. Right now at the Civic Center, 81. The high so far today was 84. At the beaches, 69. Orange County, 74. The Valley, 89. San Diego, 72. That's KFI News. I'm Pat McGinnis. At 3:06, you're up to date.
This is the home of the entertainers. KFI 640 and Dave Hull.
Somebody say
This is the Monday Jack Angel with Dave Hull at KFI, 1972, and listen to the music by the Doobie Brothers. Now, how would you like to be a part of that musical group? And come home and tell your folks that you've got a hit record on your hands. You'd have to come in and say, "Hi, Mom, Dad, how you doing? I'm one of the Doobies." And watch their faces hit the floor. I'm one of the hullabalooers at 10 minutes past 3 at KFI.
Remember the tale of the hare and the tortoise? Well, one day, the foolish hare, tired of looking for discounts at market after market, turned to the wise tortoise for advice. The tortoise suggested he make the switch test to Ralph's, because Ralph's has thousands of everyday low prices and hundreds of super buys all in one place. And when the speedy hare heard about this terrific super buy, off he raced to Ralph's.
Well, thank you very much. I think I saw you on The Odd Couple last night. Big barbecue savings. Ralph's ground beef, 59 cents a pound.
Of all imported beers, only one could be number one. And that one is the one and only Heineken.
Heineken beer, Holland's finest, America's #1 imported beer. Light or dark in the green bottle, or on draft. Imported by Van Munching & Company, New York.
Heineken tastes tremendous. No wonder it's #1.
If you're like a lot of people I know, you've probably thought about joining a bowling league, but you're not clear who you'd bowl with. Well, that's up to you. There are leagues for men and women, mixed leagues, junior leagues, senior citizens leagues. You can join alone, as a couple, or bring your whole department, company, church, or social group, and you might even be a whole league. Contact your nearby bowling center. But take it from the National Bowling Council and me, Joe Garagiola, there's no time to waste. Fall leagues are filling up fast.
Thanks a lot, Joe. You got any screwball leagues? Yeah, Jack Angel and myself. And I'd like to start a couple of teams for that one, if you don't mind. It's 12 minutes past 3 at KFI. Getting ready for Hudson and Landry.
When I was a child down in South Carolina, as soon as the Saturday sun went on down, my folks and sister would go and leave me home all alone, going to that big square dance in town. Well, my old radio would play that old Opry show, so I never got lonesome over Lou. I'd fall asleep in my chair and dream that I was right there, just a singing the whole night through. When my folks would come home, they'd be humming a song. Mama'd smile and say, "Child, don't you know, there ain't a thing in this world to make you fall in love, girl, like the San Antonio horse stroll." Well, the day finally come when my mama said, "Hun, it's about time you came with us as well." Well, I had me a time, yes, I danced all the night, till they rang that old cracked midnight bell. Then the lights went down low, the fiddler picked up his bow, and he played something stately and slow. And my sister Eileen and her husband-to-be, they held hands and began to stroll. I've been away for a while, but it still brings a smile when I think of the way that it goes. Now I'll sing it to you just so we both can do that old San Antonio stroll. San Antonio stroll.
I don't like her. I mean, Tanya Tucker. It's not that I've got nothing against her. That's one of the problems. No, I've got nothing against her. It's just that I like the guitar work. That's the only thing I like of that record. It's a San Antonio stroll. I think there's a little bit of country in me. And I got that little bit of country soul. There's that in all of us. But when it comes to guitar things like that, I like it. But I can't stand her. But I'll play the record, just out of meanness and spite, I suppose, to people who can't stand country music at all. It's 14 minutes past 3. Hello there, this is Dave Hull for Monday at KFI.
I'm standing at a drug counter looking at hemorrhoid medication labels. This one contains only petroleum jelly, a lubricant that only soothes. This one, Preparation H, has more and does more. Preparation H not only brings prompt temporary relief in many cases from occasional pain and itch, but most important, Preparation H actually helps shrink swelling of hemorrhoidal tissues caused by inflammation. Yes, Preparation H goes beyond soothing, has more and does more. Ointment or suppositories. Use only as directed.
Sorry, lady, I can't fix your sink until tomorrow.
My dinner party is tonight.
I can't help it. I got to order the parts.
Well, isn't there anything you can do?
Yeah, I'll have to shut the water off.
Shut the water off?
Simple nervous tension. Simple nervous tension. Now turn it down with Quiet World tablets. The calmative with pain relievers and 2 gentle relaxants for hours of relief. Take only as directed. Quiet World tablets ease the aches and that tense feeling to help turn down occasional simple nervous tension.
No wonder I like that guitar. It was a mandolin. Well, let's check on that potential blast out there. I was going to find a sound effect of kaboom, but I decided against it. Here's a late report now with a KFI News feature at 3:16. Mark?
Yeah, Dave, no blast at all. In fact, Beverly Hills is returning to a semblance of normality now. Wilshire Boulevard, both ways now, is reopened to traffic. I see the westbound cars that were being held up at Roxbury coming by me now, and pedestrians have returned to the sidewalks. The repair job that the gas company is going to have to do for this valve that they themselves knocked off and caused the leak, that repair job is going to take some hours, but again, traffic has returned to the street. Still out, there may be 800 to 1,000 people evacuated from 3 buildings, office buildings along Wilshire here, near Roxbury. Those buildings are going to have to be ventilated before people are allowed back in. But again, the danger is over in Beverly Hills, and traffic is back on Wilshire Boulevard. In Beverly Hills, at the site of the gas leak, Mark Coogan, KFI News.
Thank you, Mark. It's 17 minutes now past 3 o'clock here at KFI. Jack Angel for Monday with Dave Hull. And Hudson and Landry on the way at 4 o'clock.
Now if you load your rifle right, and if you fix your bayonet so, and if you kill that man, my friend, the one we call the foe, and if you do it often, lad, and if you do it right, you'll be a hero overnight. You'll save your country from a plight. Remember, God is always right. If you survive to see the sight, a friend now greeting foe. No, you won't believe in it anymore. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. No, you won't believe in it anymore. If it's for children, if it's for children, building daydreams. If I knew then what I know now, I thought I did, somehow if I could have the time again, I'd take the sunshine, leave the rain. If only time would trickle slow, like rain that melts the fallen snow. If only, Lord, if only, Lord, if only. Oh, I don't believe in it anymore. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. No, I don't believe in it anymore. If it's for children, if it's for children, building daydreams. No, I don't believe in it anymore. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. No, I don't believe in it anymore.
one of the songs that everybody seemed to like, Roger Whittaker. And I don't believe in If anymore, because that was a Pop Power winner. Now, we're going to have another winner, I'm sure, here at KFI on the Jack Angel for Monday with Dave Hull, because now's the time to call. Well, not exactly right now. We're going to play a song for you next that's going to be a tune that we're going to let you decide whether it is a hit or a miss. And very simple, the numbers to call are 388-7191. Or in Orange County, there's a toll-free number, 522-0720. If you like the record and you say, gee, I think that's really nice, a great record, then give it a 10. If you think, boy, what a dorky record that is, give it a 1 or a 0, as I am sure Winky will do. Winky and I just don't like records anymore that are chosen on this. Wait a minute, we haven't done anything. The lights are all lighting. I haven't played any records for you. Maybe they just want to call and talk.
America, it's clearance time at your Chevy dealers.
The prices are low and the mileage is high. This time of the year is a great time to buy.
Get a good deal and good gas mileage, too. End-of-year clearance can mean deals for you.
It's a great time to buy.
Yeah, your Chevy dealer's year-end clearance includes 2 little Vegas that got over 30 miles per gallon in U.S. government EPA highway tests. With the available 140 cubic inch 2-barrel engine and standard 3-speed manual transmission, Vega Notchback Coupe and Vega Panel Express achieved 37 miles per gallon in the highway test and 23 in the city test. See your Chevy dealer for California EPA mileage figures and engine transmission combination availability. Good gas mileage and good prices. Don't make any year-end deal till you see your Chevy dealer.
The prices are low and the mileage is high. This time of the year is a great time to buy.
Let me say it again. Don't make any year-end deal till you see your Chevy dealer.
Boy, there's somebody calling already. I just asked people to call 388-7191, and the person is on the phone now. Hello.
Yes, Dave, I think that record's a little too commercial.
Here's a Sidney Skolsky tin type for Service 640.
Henry Mancini is regarded as one of the giants of popular music, even by the kids who have their own personal favorites. He has been called by many as the Moon River Man. He and the song have become standards. The lyrics are by Johnny Mercer, who is seldom mentioned. He has won 3 Oscars, 20 Grammys, 6 Gold Album Awards. His concerts are SRO in cities from coast to coast. He likes the residual benefits of composing a film score, which are albums, concerts, and his publishing company. He is soft-spoken, almost shy, and has a gregarious sense of humor.
A tin type of Henry Mancini. That's Sidney Skolsky for KFI.
Thank you, Sidney. This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel at KFI. Here is the song now we want you to vote for. And it is kind of fun to do. If you really think it's corny and it's a Dorco record, then give us a ring at Pop Power at 522-0720 in Orange County, toll free, or 388-7191. If you like the record and you think it's a smash by Sammy Joe, then call and give it a 10. We're waiting for your call now. Here's the song. It's brand new, Sammy Joe, the one you're voting for on Pop Power, and you are a part of me. 388-7191 or 522-0720. Call now, 388-7191.
I'd like to live out all my dreams, and if I could, yes, if I could, the nicest one would be with you, and you'd be here with me. Don't you ever get lonely.
Oh, I dig it.
Lord, I'm no good when you're away. But what do you expect from a girl who loves you like I love you? Won't you ever just get tired and come on home
388-7191. Now I dig her. Sammy Joe, put down 10 votes for me.
Friends say it's great now, you're a star. But what did they expect from a girl who loved you just the way you were? And late at night, I wish things had never changed, and you were here with me. Don't you ever get lonely?
Call us now.
You're a part of me that I can't do without. You're a part of me. The dreams are all about, but you can't hold on to something that you've never had before.
388-7191.
To bring you back again, take me away.
522-0720.
Take me away. Oh, honey, I love you.
Man, I love that mandolin in there.
Honey, I love you.
Oh, that's a guitar.
Oh, honey, I love you.
Gee, that's nice of you to say, Sugar. 388-7191. Call us now. I think it's a hit. I think it's a smash. You're a part of me, Sammy Joe. I don't count, do I? Winky doesn't count. What'd you give it, Winky? I gave it a 10 plus. I really think that this song by Sammy Joe is not only going to be a hit, but I think it's a top 5 record in the country. Believe me, that is a smash. I like it. And it isn't country like you'd expect country music to be. Sammy Joe and You're a Part of Me. But I don't count. They don't even tabulate the 10 votes that I want to give it. 388-7191. They will tabulate your votes. If you think, boy, what a dorky record, don't give it anything. But at least call. That'll lower the percentages right there. Orange County, 522-0720. In Los Angeles and Southern California, 388-7191. If the lines are busy, keep trying.
A lost and found apartment?
May I help you?
Oh, thank heavens, yes. You see, I lost it.
Just what did you lose?
Why, my interest.
Any idea where you lost it?
Well, all over. 1% here, 2% there.
What about you? How much interest did your money lose last year? How can you be sure you're not settling for a lower interest rate on your savings than you could be getting? By checking into a Commercial Credit Thrift Investment Account. Commercial Credit has 4 high-interest investment plans to choose from for California residents only. So no matter how much you have to invest or for how long you want to invest it, talk with the money experts at Commercial Credit.
Lost and found apartment. I've lost $40 of my interest.
For a free brochure that'll clearly explain the differences in our investment plans, stop by your nearest Commercial Credit office and pick up a copy.
Commercial Credit Plan Incorporated. Member of the California Association of Thrift and Loan Companies. 34 offices in Southern California. See your yellow pages for the office nearest you.
The Yellow Pages? Yeah, I just used them to find this store. I didn't even know it was here until this morning.
I want to know something about the company I'm going to buy from. If they've been in business for a while, or if they carry brands I've used before.
I'll bet I've saved myself hours of time by looking in the Yellow Pages before I get in my car. Probably saved a lot of gas, too.
Each week, Californians use the Yellow Pages 19.5 million times. If you're in business, that makes a Yellow Pages ad just about the most efficient sales tool you can find. How many other publications are distributed free to almost every home in the state? How many can claim a readership of 90% of the adult population? Research has proven that the Yellow Pages work. And if you increase the size of your ad, or the number of headings you advertise under, they can work even better. No matter what product or service you provide, the Yellow Pages are good business.
Why do I use them? Well, when you're putting 4 kids in the car to go shopping, you want to know exactly where you're going.
Chance for calls at 388-7191. Here's a KF idea. If you're interested in independent, self-paced professional library science courses, call the School of Library Sciences at USC, 746-2548. This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel on Monday at KFI. Last call for votes. 388-7191. This is KFI Los Angeles.
I'm Pat McGinnis with the latest from the KFI News Center at 3:31. Southern California Gas Company crew checking for leaks triggered a major gas leak in Beverly Hills. The leak has now been shut off, and Wilshire Boulevard, closed to traffic for a while, now has been reopened to vehicles. Some buildings earlier evacuated will now have to be aired out before the occupants can return, according to KFI News Fleet reporter Mark Coogan on the scene. The president predicts Sinai peace agreement between Israel and Egypt within the week. Reports say Portuguese president refuses to fire pro-communist premier. Speculation is moderate military leaders may stage a coup. The LA City Council tentatively approves a 26-cent hike in the city property tax rate. That would bring it to $3.08 per $100 of assessed property valuation. 50-year-old acting city fire chief Kenneth Long wins appointment today as permanent LA City Fire Chief. KFI News Center weather. Night and morning low clouds and fog, otherwise sunny days. Highs near 80, lows near 60. There is a first stage health advisory now called in San Bernardino. This is Pat McGinnis. Along with Dave Hull, when news happens, KFI gets it on.
Fox's smile, but I better warn you. She's the straightest lady in the state of California.
the Grassroots and Mamacita. This is Dave Hull for Jack Angel at 25 minutes now till 4 o'clock. I wanted you to hear just a smidgen of that last song that we played on Pop Power here at KFI for Jack Angel. The song is called You're a Part of Me by Sammy Joe. For your own information, it has placed itself on the KFI playlist here because it received a 6.4. Let's hear just a bit of that. I think it's a top 5 record.
Take me away. Oh, honey, I love you.
Oh, I dig it. She is something.
Honey, I love
listen to that kind of talk. What do you say we go to our Pop Power lines now here at KFI just to more or less get an idea of what the people think about that song? Let's go to the phones, Winky. Hello.
Yes, you see, when that song was previously recorded, the symphonic interpretations of the impressionistic mood of the whole thing was performed with brilliance and sparkle. But that's all been changed, you see. The strings blended with the brass now in this new recording in happy effervescence, which blossomed throughout the...
Jerry Lewis and McDonald's for muscular dystrophy.
The best French fries are going to help some of the best kids in town. My kids with muscular dystrophy. When you buy a large order of world-famous fries at participating McDonald's, they will make a donation to muscular dystrophy. So come on in for some large fries. They taste good and they do good. Everyone can help. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For every order of large fries you buy from August 18th through the 21st, participating McDonald's will donate 5 cents to muscular dystrophy. So come on in.
Estee Lauder has a gift for you. Her beauty glossary. Glossomers for your lips, face and cheek tint, pressed powder, roll-on mascara, and Youth Dew Perspray. This $15 value is your gift from Estee Lauder with a choice of $6 or more from her beauty collection. It's time for you to become an Estee Lauder woman. Your Estee Lauder gift is available through September 6th at Buffum's.
640 Souvenir here on KFI.
Well, that's good news. Time for me to become an Estee Lauder woman. Sylmar now. It's sunny and 89 degrees. Alhambra 81, 69 in Marina Del Rey. Anaheim reporting 74.
LA is fine. The sun shines most of the time. And the feeling is laid back. Palm trees grow and rents are low, but you know, keep thinking about making my way back. Well, I'm New York City born and raised, but nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine no more. To no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I'm there, to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I cried. I am, said I. And I am lost and I can't even say why. I am, I still.
Of all the Neil Diamond songs, that's my favorite. 1971 and I Am, I Said. Hi, I am Dave Hull here at KFI for Jack Angel on Monday at 19 minutes now till 4 o'clock. Hudson and Landry are along the way just a couple of minutes from now. Couple of things to remind you about. KFI reporter Eleanor Green examines a Los Angeles housing situation 25 years from now in a KFI news special, Los Angeles 1995, Homes Wanted. Ellie Green talks with city planners and real estate brokers, construction industry officials, and Mayor Bradley to research this 25-minute special, which airs tonight, 7:35, right after Hudson and Landry at KFI. Enter Lou Miller's back-to-school giveaway. Win thousands of dollars worth of clothes and prizes. At Lou Miller's, the friendly stores in Riverside, San Bernardino, Montclair, Whittier, East Los Angeles, and the Mall of Orange. No purchases necessary. Well, it's time for us to present the mystery voice to you, the $64 voice, which is worth $256 here at KFI. A simple guess on a postcard with your own name, address, and telephone number sent to $64 voice, KFI Los Angeles 90004, will win you the money if you happen to be lucky enough to guess the right person. I believe it's my old grammar school nurse. I remember the day I scraped my knee and she came out of the door and said,
Pollyanna. The only station you'll ever need. KFI.
I had my share of losing. Once they locked me on a chain. Yes, they tried to break my power. Oh, I still can feel the pain. Una paloma blanca. I'm just a bird in the sky. Una paloma blanca. Yes, no one can take my freedom away. Yes, no one can take my freedom away.
When the sun shines on the mountains and the night is on around, it's a new day, it's a new way, and the fly up to the sun.
Paloma Blanca, George Baker selection with Dave Hull for Jack Angel at KFI. They're still calling on the pop power lines here at KFI. Hello.
This is Randy.
Yes, Randy, Dick Whittington's roommate.
Was that last record on the pop power chart?
No, we
love it. I just want to put on my pink chiffon and fly down the street as fast as I can.
Be prepared.
Are you ready to
know, you can help a lot of boys be prepared by being a leader in scouting. I mean it. Scouting today is a lot more than you think.
Be prepared. Are you ready to get involved? Be prepared. Are you ready to take the lead? 'Cause if you ain't full help, teach our sons to be prepared.
Boy, I just strangely have the feeling that I'm setting back the Jack Angel Show at least 20 years. This is Dave Huller, 13 minutes now till 4 o'clock. Lockheed raked over the coals, in a Senate probe for payoffs to foreigners amounting to $22 million. Pat McGinnis details that story at 4 at KFI. Sorry. 10 minutes before 4 o'clock here at KFI. Hilly Rose and Ron McCoy really got the spread in the paper today, didn't they? A lot of plugs for KFI and Hilly Rose and Ron McCoy. They'll all be here beginning at 8 o'clock, right after Hudson and Landry. It's time for us to check the traffic for you. Our first report of the afternoon in the KFI in the sky. Here's Bruce Wayne. Bruce, what do things look like up there?
Hi, Dave. Who keeled over?
It was Larry Van Ice who was in substituting for Jack Angel.
Every time I hear your voice, I tremble. I know it means something disastrous has happened.
Well, it's near disaster. See, Jack is just on vacation. He'll be back on Monday.
Oh, okay. Well,
but it's nothing serious down here. In other words, the guys are still drinking the water, and I still pumping those enzymes in there, but they don't seem to be affected by it. I think what they've done is they've become immune to it now.
Hey, listen, as long as Jack is on vacation, I have a tremendous record for pop power, and somehow Jack never played it on his show.
Really?
It's by Waylon Jennings, and it's called I Wonder If Hank Really Done It This Way. And I thought you're an easy touch, so maybe I could talk you into playing it this week.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I talked to Jack about that particular record, and I think we're dropping the feature.
Okay, well, down to the serious business now. We're getting off to a pretty good start this afternoon. There's quite a bit of smog building up in several areas. We've heard about some health alerts being called here and there, and especially up against those San Gabriel Mountains. It's really packed in. Traffic on the outbound Santa Ana Freeway is very tight down to Slauson, then it eases up rapidly. Looking at the Pomona Freeway, there's some slowing out to about Garfield on that one. Report of an accident, Ventura Freeway westbound east of White Oak. A unit rolling to check it out. Northbound San Diego is tough from Culver to Venice. Heavy traffic southbound from Venice to Culver, again from Imperial to Inglewood. Bruce Wayne, KFI in the sky.
900 independently owned Century Hardware stores proudly present a Bicentennial Minute with Lohman and Barkley. Shop at the store with the Century on the door.
We've got the spirit that's lifting up the land.
I've always found it interesting. We have with us, ladies and gentlemen, Roy Bean, who would like to talk today about American young people they're too young. Always felt the spirit, though, right, Roy?
Just a bunch of kids. What do they know?
I know when you were a young man, you often got wrapped up in some of the silliness of being young.
Yeah.
Like, tell us about the time you sat on a flagpole.
I didn't mean to. It's a terrible experience.
You want to talk about it?
No, I really don't.
I can understand.
That's why I'm standing to this day.
Have you stopped by your Century Hardware store recently? If you're a home handyman, you'll be interested in some of the new tools that are now available. Ask your participating Century man to show you Stanley's new saw angle guide. It's a lightweight saw guide that adjusts to whatever angle you're cutting. It's more versatile than a miter box since it'll guide any saw. It's also portable. It weighs only 1 pound and it'll fit into your toolbox. The Stanley Saw Angle Guide is a must if you cut wood to fit. You just adjust the angle of the cut, slide in your saw, and you'll have a perfect cut every time. See the Stanley Saw Angle Guide at your Century Hardware store. If you live in Oxnard, your Century Hardware store is Oxnard Hardware at 601 South A Street, and in Gardena, your Century dealer is Yamada Company at 706 West Gardena Boulevard.
900 independently owned Century Hardware stores proudly bring you our bicentennial. Century Hardware Store's emblem of independence is the Minuteman Century, your guardian of quality. Shop at the store with the Century on the door.
Can you feel the spirit?
Tony Bennett from 1956.
Just in time, I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I found my way. For love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lovely I was lost, 'cause my bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I found my way. For love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lovely
day. 3 minutes now till 4 o'clock here at KFI. Well, I think I've done just about everything. Set this show back at least 20 years. Everybody will be calling now for Van Nuys tomorrow, but I'm coming in anyway. Jack will be back on Monday. Hudson and Landry. I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. There for a moment I thought it was Randy, Dick Whittington's roommate. It's 3 minutes before 4 o'clock. This is Dave Hull at KFI for Jack Angel. I think we've given everybody credits for everything. Winky Wildman was sensational today. I'd like to thank him. H&L are next, and the Hullabaloo will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. All the telephone calls were written and produced by Dennis Owsley and John Solari. They'll be back tomorrow, too, if I can just find the funds to pay them. Keep a smile on your face. It makes them wonder what you've been up to.
In your dungarees, looking all grown up and so very pleased. When you write your poems, they have so much to say. When you speak your dreams, it takes my breath away. You know I wanna be a ball player, a regular slugging fool, but both our dreams must wait a while until we finish school. And so you and I will watch our years go by. We'll watch our sweet dreams fly far away. But maybe someday, I don't know when, but we will dream again, and we'll be happy then till our time just drifts away. In your wedding dress, you're so beautiful that I must confess, I'm so proud you have chosen me. When a doctor is what you wanna be, you know I wanna be a painter girl, a real artistic snob. But I guess we'll have our children first. You'll make a home, I'll get a job. And so you and I will watch our years go by. We'll watch our sweet dreams fly far away. But maybe someday, I don't know when, but we will. KFI, Los Angeles.
Here's the news you need at 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. For KFI, I'm Pat McGinnis. President Ford, visiting in Milwaukee this afternoon, said he expects there will be a Sinai peace accord reached between Israel and Egypt within the week. Secretary of State Kissinger returned to Israel today and said his talks with Egyptian President Sadat showed progress. Agriculture Secretary Earl Butz today tied in progress in the Mideast to U.S. grain sales to the Soviets. Butz said the U.S. has now learned to use food in connection with foreign diplomacy. Butz also said the U.S. probably can sell the Russians 10 million more tons of grain. Locally, it was one of those days for a Southern California gas crew. They were in Beverly Hills inspecting gas lines to see how they were holding up. And the crew this afternoon apparently knocked off a valve, and that triggered a major gas leak. How major? It resulted in the closure of Wilshire Boulevard to traffic between Roxbury Drive and Santa Monica Boulevard for a while, and also the evacuation of people from some buildings in the area. Southern California Gas Company crews stopped the leak finally. Traffic then started back up on Wilshire. But for the occupants of the building, well, they couldn't go back right away. They had to wait for the buildings to be aired out. In Washington, Treasury Secretary William Simon today called deplorable Lockheed Aircraft's admitted bribery of foreign officials. Lockheed Chairman Daniel Houghton followed Simon's appearance before a Senate committee by explaining none of the payoffs had been made with money in guaranteed loans guaranteed by the government. Houghton said Lockheed had been kicking back part of its foreign contract money. And this prompted a question by Senator William Proxmire.
Then we have the interesting situation of your requiring the country to whom you sell the product to, in effect, pay the bribe. Make the payment. Is that right?
Well, we try to, based on competitive situations, we try to sell our product at a price that it will be good for the corporation after paying whatever commissions or other payments we make.
Burbank-based Lockheed has refused to disclose which persons or groups it paid off. Presidential candidate Senator Henry Jackson of Washington visiting in L.A. He took time out today to meet reporters in an oil field in Baldwin Hills. If President Ford vetoes a bill and thus removes controls from oil, Jackson says, it will result in a $2 billion ripoff to the consumer. A spot check of the kind of education juvenile court wards are getting at Los Angeles County's private institutions and board and care homes revealed severe inadequacies. County Supervisor James Hayes today said no one in government has been setting educational standards for the homes.
The findings were that the young people are educationally behind and they're not being brought up. And also there are some educationally handicapped and mentally retarded children that are not being educated at all. And this does not contribute to their benefit and indeed is keeping them in the juvenile crime syndrome, and that's where they are right now.
County Supervisor James Hayes from Detroit. Word today that the U.S. auto sales in mid-August were overall only down 6% from a year ago, despite the price increases. Ford actually had increased sales. The other three were down, anywhere from GM's dip of 2% to Chrysler's decline of 27%. In Lisbon, a report this afternoon that President Gomez has refused to fire pro-communist Premier Gonçalves. This has triggered speculation over a possible coup by Portugal's moderate leaders among the military. The Freeway Watch continues at 4:04 with Bruce Wayne, KFI in the Sky. Bruce?
Oh, Pat, our early bird commuters are getting out of town, making a good escape. Northbound Hollywood has some slowing just up around Sunset, approaching Cahuenga Pass. Southbound side busy through the downtown slot. Harbor is rather heavy both ways in the downtown area, but all lanes are open. On the San Bernardino Freeway eastbound at Fremont, an accident on the right shoulder. Traffic backed up to City Terrace, and eastbound at the Long Beach Freeway, 2 stalls off to the right. Long Beach Freeway northbound north of Del Amo, a stall, and CHP responding to an incident on the Riverside Freeway eastbound at Raymond in Orange County. Bruce Wayne, KFI in the Sky.
Up in Hayward, Ed and Karen Archer decided the 1970s aren't much fun to live in. So they've taken drastic action. They own clothes of the Roaring '20s style, live in an old house built in 1890, shun having a TV set, and only go to functions, commercial establishments, and parties dedicated to the Roaring '20s era. And although Clear Channel 50,000 watt KFI booms into Hayward, why, we assume the Archers are listening on a crystal set. KFI News Center weather. Night and morning, low clouds and fog. Sunny from mid-morning through afternoon tomorrow and Wednesday. Highs near 80. Today's high so far, 84 at the Civic Center. Overnight lows near 60. Temperatures now 78 at the Civic Center. The beaches 69. Orange County 80. First stage health advisory called this afternoon in San Bernardino, and the APCD predicts first stage health advisories tomorrow for the San Bernardino, Pomona, Walnut, and San Gabriel valleys, as well as western Riverside County. That's KFI News. I'm Pat McGinnis. At 5 minutes after 4, you're up to date.
This is the home of the entertainers, KFI 640, and Hudson and Landry.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's good morning for me, because I had to get up early and get here early because Ron's not here today. He started to get a little bit of the floozy-woozy Saturday afternoon, about 11 minutes after 4. We were working here, and I said, hey, your wheels are falling off, kid. Are you sleepy? He says, I don't feel so good. And that's kind of unusual for him because he somersaults on the beach a lot. And he was going to leave here and play volleyball at 6 o'clock Saturday night. I don't think he made that. But anyway, he's not feeling good at all today. I talked to him earlier this morning. And he's got the summer floozies. So I'll be with you and taking care of business until we roll a strike.
If you're like a lot of people I know, you've probably thought about joining a bowling league, but you're not clear who you'd bowl with. Well, that's up to you. There are leagues for men and women, mixed leagues, junior leagues, senior citizens leagues. You can join alone, as a couple, or bring your whole department, company, church, or social group, and you might even be a whole league. Contact your nearby bowling center. But take it from the National Bowling Council and me, Joe Garagiola, there's no time to waste. Fall leagues are filling up fast.
Give yourself a head start tomorrow. Put on a Dial shower first thing. Dial soap makes you feel clean, refreshed, on top of it all. Dial lifts you up, keeps you up, makes your whole body smile. You just can't buy a better deodorant soap than Dial, or one that lasts longer.
Aren't you glad you used Dial?
You're listening to Hudson and Landry on KFI.
Song blue, everybody knows one. Song blue, every garden grows one. Me and you are subject to the blues now and then. But when you take the blues and make a song, you sing them out again. You sing them out again. Song blue, weeping like a willow. Song blue, sleeping on my pillow. Funny thing, but you can sing it with a cry in your voice. And before you know it, get to feeling good. You simply got no choice. Subject to blues now and then. When you take the blues and make a song, you sing them out again. Song blue, weeping like a willow. Song blue, sleeping on my pillow. Sing it with a cry in your voice. Before you know it, started feeling good. You simply got no choice. Song blue. Song blue.
Sung Blue. We don't allow those around here, until we rinse them first. And then they're, rinsed blue, and you can't tell them so much. It's 13 and a half minutes until, after 4 on KFI with Hudson and Landry. Ron's not in today. He's not feeling well. We went down to the waterbed place Saturday. He was down there. He seemed to be feeling okay. And then we got back here, and could notice him kind of running out of gas a little bit. And that's not like him. He's a pretty vivacious guy. So I suppose he has a bug, because when he called me this morning, he sounded that way. I was going to say, why don't you chew some gum and give some to your bulldog? But I thought he wouldn't appreciate that, and he doesn't have a bulldog.
You like the big, long-lasting flavor of Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Wrigley Spearmint Gum. The flavor stays with you. Wrigley Spearmint Gum. And I like that.
Hey, that's right. The flavor does stay with you. And I like that.
I chew gum a lot, and this flavor, Wrigley Spearmint, really hangs in there, and I like that.
It's got a big, long-lasting flavor, and I like that. Wrigley Spearmint. Whatever you do, and it's always good chewing, and I like that. You like the big, long-lasting flavor of Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
It's got big flavor, big enough to last, and I like that.
You like the big, long-lasting flavor of Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Wrigley Spearmint Gum. The flavor stays with you. Wrigley Spearmint Gum. And I like that. Make us an offer, we can't refuse it. We're number 1 and we don't want to lose it. You won't go home without a Ford. Make us an offer and see.
Say, I got the 12-cylinder Hispan Weasel. She's a go to 100 miles an hour in 3 seconds, but she's not getting such a good gas mileage. How do you think I'm looking at Mustang 2?
Make us an offer, we can't refuse it. We're number 1 and we don't want to lose it.
This is the time you've been waiting for. Everything goes, even the brand new MPGs. Remember, Ford sells more cars than anyone in Southern California. And right now, that makes you number 1.
You won't go home without a Ford. Make us an offer. Just make us an offer. Make us an offer and see.
It's 16 after 4 on KFI, the Hudson and Landry Show. This is the Hudson and Landry Show. One of us is not here. I'm here. You know who I am.
You were born in Harlan, Kentucky. Your father was a house painter killed in the war. Your mother and your sister brought you out here. You went to school in Torrance. You got expelled for throwing a punch at your math teacher. The Army took you during the Korean War. They didn't want you. They shoved you out on a Section 8. For 7 years now, you've been in jail or just getting out.
Well, I want you to know who you're listening to. That's good. You've done your homework.
Someone would write a song that the world could sing along. The world might be in harmony.
I'm Ron Landry.
So I wrote a song, the kind of song you sing along with, and the words are very simple, la la la. It has a style to make you smile, and all the while, the only words you have to sing are la la la. And if you sing, you'll find it brings a lot of things, the kind of things that might make people get along. So what's to lose? Let's spread the news. Don't refuse now, everybody, all together sing along. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. So what's to lose? Let's spread the news. Don't refuse now, everybody, all together sing along. The melody, it holds the key to harmony, and all you have to sing is simply la la la. a la la la. Then join your hands across the land, strike up the band, and who's to say the whole wide world might sing along? So what's to lose? Let's spread the news. Don't refuse now, everybody, all together sing along. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. So what's to lose? Let's spread the news. Don't refuse now, everybody, all together sing along. La 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 la. La 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 la.
That's Bobby Goldsboro, and his latest, I Wrote a Song. This is Hudson and Landry at 20 after 4 on Monday on KFI. Ron's not feeling so hot today. Nothing desperate, he told me today. He said, hey, cool it, man. Lay down. Take it easy. You know, you deserve it. Because I leave a lot when I'm not, nothing's wrong. I lie about it, you know. I say, I don't feel good. And I go, I'd lay down someplace, you know, go out and meet some woman or something and go have a few drinks. But most usually I'm lying. But I could feel his temperature on the phone. He wasn't feeling so good. Bruce, you know Ron, he hardly ever gets sick. How you feeling, babe?
Hey, I'm doing very fine, Bob. Good afternoon to you. You sound like a one-man band out there today.
Trying to get it all together.
You're doing it. I've been watching traffic around the downtown area and on the valley side, and things are looking very good so far this afternoon. Northbound Hollywood Freeway, not much slowing until you're north of Santa Monica Boulevard, heading up toward Cahuenga Pass. On the Hollywood Freeway southbound, they have closed the Hollywood Boulevard off-ramp for that road widening project. It's going to stay closed for about 1 year. However, Hollywood southbound at Sunset, the off-ramp has been reopened, so most motorists will be using Sunset now that Hollywood Boulevard off-ramp is shut down. Ventura Freeway westbound has occasional slowing from the Hollywood Freeway out toward the San Diego, but no major congestion to speak of. On the freeway westbound east of Atlantic, a shovel in the roadway. Newport Freeway northbound from Chapman, a truck dropping some debris on the roadway has been spotted. Long Beach Freeway northbound north of Del Amo is stalled. And on the San Bernardino Freeway eastbound at Fremont, they're clearing an earlier accident. Bruce Wayne, KFI in the sky.
The cap, rain on the great unexpected one.
There's another reason it pays to keep a few six-packs of Michelob beer on hand, just in case friends drop in. You might call it Social Security. And if it just so happens your friends don't arrive, well, who's to say that you don't deserve an unexpected pleasure?
On the great taste of Michelob, the unexpected pleasure. The great taste of Michelob, the unexpected pleasure. The great taste of Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
That's what I do. I tell myself a lot of people are coming, people that I don't know, like Vice President Rockefeller and Bob Hope. And then I look and I say, wow, looks like, call my wife and say, dear, Vice President Rockefeller and Bob Hope seem to be late. And she said, well, you don't know Vice President Rockefeller and Bob Hope. I said, oh, well, then in that case, maybe I better drink this beer myself. We have a Jackie DeShannon album now for our first question. By the way, our time on the Hudson Landry Monday show here at KFI is 23 minutes after 4 o'clock, and here's our question. I know this sounds sick. Sweet Dick was talking today about dying. He said he likes to think about dying. I do, too. Because I know I'm going. And he doesn't want to give his vital organs up. I want to give him anything that's left on me that you can use. You could have it. Anything at all. Even if it would stop a leak in the Pasadena Tunnel. You're welcome to it. Anything. But death is a certainty. And here our question is about death. What music did the Titanic band play? In other words, the band on the Titanic. They really and truly played a song as the Titanic was going down. Now, we want to know what song they were playing when it went down. And our number is 388-7191. And from Orange County, it's 522-0720.
This is Bill Browning in Exposition Park with today's Service 640 question. Do you agree with Chief Davis that women's liberation is responsible for the increase in crime? And here are the voices of California.
My name is Pat Endo, and I'm from Torrance. And I don't agree with his statements because, well, in general, I feel that children, I think that if they have parents at home who love them and who care, that they can grow up properly even if the mother isn't at home.
My name is Liz Schaefer. I live in Flint Ridge. I'm a mother, housewife, teacher. Child is just fine. I don't believe in what Chief Davis said at all.
My name is Perky Apperson. I'm from Alhambra. I don't think that women working is necessarily from women's liberation. I think it's an economic necessity for many people. A person not home isn't able to help their children with the questions. A child's been in school all day and he has worries and things he has to get off his mind.
Okay, my name's Maria Ford. I live in Los Angeles, and I think yes.
Why?
Because it's her job to stay there with the kids and watch them while the husband's going out and working.
In Exposition Park, Bill Browning, KFI News, with the voices of Los Angeles.
Is this the dog pound?
I know this is Ajax Pet Store.
Pet store?
Ajax Pet Store.
Okay. Is it Fred?
Who's Fred?
That's my dog.
Oh, did you lose him?
He ran away.
Oh, too bad. What did he look like?
Like Rin Tin Tin. Except he ain't got no tail.
Oh, no tail. No, I haven't seen a dog like that all day.
Hey, Fred.
No, he's not here, sir.
Hey, Fred.
No, he's not here. Believe me, he's not here. And don't lean on that bird cage.
I'm sorry. That's a nice little birdie.
That's a nice bird, isn't it?
I love birdies.
Oh, do you like birds?
I ain't do bird calls. Fire me to a bird call?
Okay.
Okay.
That's sensational. What kind of bird was that? Well, what was it?
That was the canary.
A canary.
You want to hear a woodpecker?
Okay.
Okay.
Don't pet that snake.
Snake!
That's a diamondback rattler. That cost me $150.
Well, they say you come and then they pounce.
Why do you say that?
Look at the tongue on that sucker. It's split right down the middle.
Say, did you steal one of my white mice?
I beg your pardon.
Well, there's a white mouse crawling out of your pocket right now.
That's my mouse.
Your mouse?
Conrad.
Conrad?
Fly and whistle like a bird?
I'd like to hear that.
Stand by. Conrad! Whistle like a bird for the man, Conrad.
No, you can't fool me. I saw your lips move.
Hey, your ape is getting away.
That's my son.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
I hope he didn't leave on my account.
No, he's going out back. He's going to feed the hawk.
What the hawk's eat?
Mice.
Mice. Conrad!
No, it's all right. No, it's all right. It's all right. The hawk is in a cage. Don't fret.
Fred. Here, Fred.
No.
Get away. Here, Fred.
No, Fred is not here. He's not in the pet store.
Can I have a pound of those fish?
Those fish are deadly.
Deadly?
They're South American piranha.
Well, just give me half a pound.
Hey, here comes a dog now. Is that your dog?
That's Fred. Come on, Fred. Come on, boy. Come on, Fred. Yeah, boy, Fred.
Hey, he's a beauty, isn't he?
Yeah, he's smarter than Lassie.
Is he?
I see him do some tricks.
Can he do some tricks?
I see him. Roll over and play that, Fred.
Look at that. He's rolling over. That's beautiful.
I thought he was dead there. He's getting so good.
Yeah.
Sit up, Fred. Sit, boy.
Look at that. Right up on the hind legs. That's beautiful.
Sit, boy.
What else can he do?
Well, name it.
Can he speak?
Can he speak? Are you kidding me? You ready? Ready, Fred? Speak, Fred.
That's Ajax Liquor Store. That's from one of the many Hudson Landry albums. As we've been telling you here on KFI on the Hudson Landry Show, afternoons between 4 and 8, we're going to be coming out with the best of Hudson and Landry. And, without tooting our own horn, it's not a real easy job. We've had a lot of people call with a lot of suggestions, but we'll come out with something. You know that Ajax Liquor Store will be on there. And I think that Frontier Christmas and Bruiser LaRue. Anyway, we'll figure it out and we'll get it to you. We had a winner on the question that we asked, worth a Jackie DeShannon album, and it sounds like a sick question, but it really happened. Our question was, what music did the band play on the Titanic as it sank? And our winner was Jimmy Metz. And she said they played Nearer My God to Thee.
Labor Day weekend, back to school, those last-minute pictures of summer. Or maybe you just want proof of how tan you got. Well, stop in Two Guys Discount Department Store and get some film. Instamatic, 35mm, movies, slides, whatever. Two Guys has the name brands at super low prices. Kodak 110 12 exposure color print film is only $1.03. And when you finish the roll, take it back to Two Guys for developing. It's as low as $2.59 for 12 exposure color print film. And you get silk borderless prints for no extra charge at Two Guys. To think, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And we have only time for 130 to remind you to take some.
Two Guys is worth going out of your way for. You get more than you bargained for. Beep, 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 beep. You get more than you bargained for.
On the Hudson and Landry Show on KFI, it's 4:30.
I'm Pat McGinnis with the latest from the KFI News Center at 4:30. Los Angeles City property taxpayers will be digging deeper into their pockets during this fiscal year. The City Council has tentatively approved a tax rate increase of nearly 26 cents. This means the owner of a $40,000 home will be paying about $26 more in property taxes this year than last. Burbank-based Lockheed Aircraft has admitted paying $22 million in bribes to sell aircraft overseas. Today, Lockheed Chairman Daniel Houghton said none of the payoffs was made with the government-guaranteed loan money. Houghton testified before a Senate committee, and from Washington, KFI's Hal Cessna files this report.
Lockheed President Daniel Houghton, whose company was bailed out to the tune of a $250 million government loan guarantee, tells Committee Chairman William Proxmire he cannot reveal specific details of bribes made to officials of foreign countries. Houghton says it's because of the embarrassment it might cause them, the officials, because of problems with American foreign policy, and because he does not think the revelations would do any good.
I know that you have all kinds of reasons for not wanting to do it. What I'm asking, are you saying now that you will refuse to give that information?
Well, I don't like to refuse you, but yes, I am. Despite repeated questions for about a 3-hour period, Houghton refused to add more details. Hal Cessna, KFI News, Washington.
A San Francisco-bound American Airlines DC-10 swerved into a blast fence at New York's Kennedy Airport today when the pilot aborted the takeoff. Only 15 of the 229 aboard were injured, none seriously. One passenger, John Stankoven, was asked if he was apprehensive about taking another flight.
I'm starting now on my second martini, and when we take off again, I'm going to be asleep.
And that was a sleeping passenger for the rest of the trip after he boarded that next flight. Incidentally, the FAA says the pilot aborted the flight after one of the two tires on the plane apparently blew out. That's what I've been trying to say. Well, Los Angeles City has a new fire chief. He's Kenneth Long, named today to replace retired Raymond Hill. Long has been acting head of the department since May 31st. He's been on the force 28 years. He is 50 years old. A Los Angeles woman, Patricia Olney, has been booked on suspicion of murder and the death of her 18-month-old son. Police say the woman told them she exorcised the child because he was giving off negative vibrations. The Freeway Watch continues at 4:33 with Bruce Wayne, KFI in the Sky. Bruce?
And we're off to a good start. The San Bernardino Freeway eastbound is having some trouble. Earlier accident at Fremont is being cleared, but traffic is backed up almost to Soto on that outbound San Bernardino. Hollywood Freeway gets heavy just north of the Vermont overcrossing, and it's tough up into Cahuenga Pass. Stalled cars, San Diego Freeway northbound south of Century. Another one on the Pomona Freeway eastbound east of the 605. Another disabled on the Harbor Freeway southbound south of 51st Street. Northbound San Diego is very tough from the Marina Freeway into Sepulveda Pass. Bruce Wayne, KFI in the sky.
Bruce, before you get away, have you had a chance to take a look at Wilshire Boulevard where they had that gas leak earlier today, and what's it like?
No, as a matter of fact, I haven't checked that out yet. I got an earlier report before 4 o'clock indicating that the roadway had been reopened, so there shouldn't be much trouble there, but I will take a look at it. Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce. And we can assume that the area that was closed down earlier this afternoon because of a gas leak, the gas leak's over and they reopened Wilshire Boulevard, is back to its usual 434 traffic condition, and that is bumper to bumper along Wilshire. A welder up in Portland, Oregon says he's found an excellent way to cope with the frustrations of life. Jerome Techman says when he gets disturbed, now get this, he sits down, opens an 8-ounce can of pork and beans, and counts the beans as he eats them. Well, he says through the years, the number of beans in each can has only varied between 325 and 400. KFI News Time, 4:34.
We have all heard about the jumbo verdicts, sometimes amounting to millions of dollars, that juries and judges have awarded in so-called malpractice lawsuits. What you don't know is that up to 1/2 of the total dollars the court awards the injured party may go to the patient's attorney. The doctors of California feel that now is the time to limit these exorbitant legal fees so that the patient gets a higher percentage of the dollars the jury awards him. The contingency fee system that allows this situation to exist must be changed. The governor, your assemblyman, and your state senator have the power to do something about this problem. Write to them and ask that they act now to reform the contingency fee method of paying for legal services in medical malpractice lawsuits. This message paid for by the doctors of the California Medical Association.
KFI News Center weather. We'll have low clouds and fog, night through mid-morning hours, then sunshine. Highs near 80, lows near 60. Today's high was 84. Currently at the Civic Center, it is 78 degrees. At the beaches, now reporting 69, Orange County, 80 degrees. There was a first-stage health alert advisory for San Bernardino this afternoon, and the forecast for tomorrow is the inland valleys of L.A. County and in San Bernardino and western Riverside, all to have first-stage health advisories tomorrow. At 4:36, this is Pat McGinnis. When news happens, KFI gets it on.
Hi, everybody. This is Julie, and you're listening to Hudson and Landry on KFI.
Something's going down like a waterfall. Some strong feeling, some old love. I saw you and it made no sense at all. Now I feel like there's too much caffeine in my blood. It's like a waterfall going down. Like a waterfall washing me down. Spinning me round.
Billy Simon, like a waterfall washing me down. I've never been in on one of those things. Of course, I'm still not that old. It could happen to me. We're Hudson and Landry, and we'll be with you until Robert Q time tonight. Whoa, hold it. Something tells me that Eleanor Green is going to be on instead of, Eleanor Green is going to be on instead of Robert Q tonight, and I'll tell you more about that later.
Glad is what happens when you use dial soap. It puts you one up on the world like nothing else. With a clean, refreshed feeling that stays with you all day. You just can't buy a better deodorant soap than Dial, or one that lasts longer. That's why more people use Dial than any other deodorant soap.
Aren't you glad you use Dial?
State Farm agent Bob Cornett of El Cajon, California.
State Farm offers auto insurance at a low rate and also offers good service at the same time. People send their friends to buy insurance from us. They continue to renew their own policies year after year because of the combination of low rates and good service. We have it and we give it.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, I'd like to know what kind of red grapes my wife is bringing home. They're about that big, and they're so super. Over the weekend, they had a bunch of those things. I said, well, find out what kind, because I want to plant them. Say red grapes over at the store, love. I said, what do the other grapes say? The other ones say black grapes. Oh. Boy, I'd sure love to find out what they are. They're so good, and they're inexpensive, and they're big, and they're crisp. Now, that's what I was talking about. Ron and I were talking about that a few weeks ago. We were talking about when you're back east and you go to a store and they say California grapes, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. They're in now, and I don't know. There's, I planted 2 grapes, two grape vines over the last week, trying to catch on to whatever it is. I tried Muscat and I tried Tokay. Maybe one of, but now my wife is mumbling. Maybe it's Malaga. It could be. It was Malaga was either grapes. That was a sign by the grapes. Either that or that was a sign under Jackie Onassis, a new guy she's dating in Greece. I just don't remember. So I'll check it out there. My listeners will take care of it. It's 18 minutes until 5.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. Say how sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs. There you were, with sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I want to stop and thank you, baby. I want to stop and thank you, baby. Yes, I do. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Feels so fine. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life. Everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went, it seems I've been there before. You're right enough for me all of my days. The love's so sweet in so many ways. I wanna stop. Thank you, baby. I just wanna stop. Thank you, baby. Oh, yes. How sweet it is to be loved by you. It's just like sugar sometimes. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Whoa, yeah. like you, baby. Oh, yes. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh, now, how sweet it is to be loved by you. It's like jelly, baby. Oh, now, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Just like honey to the bee, baby.
That's James Taylor. How sweet it is. I think that's from his album Gorilla. Ron's girl, Veronica, is freaked out for that, and he got her a copy of that, and I blew it on the air. The day he was going to take it home. I thought he took it home the day before. I said, well, I suppose Veronica is really pleased with the James Taylor Gorilla album. And he looked at me and said, I blew the surprise. I don't know. It's timing. It depends on where you are. Like, I was in Alaska. Steve was in Korea. I got 2 legs. He's got 1. 14 minutes until 5 o'clock on KFI, Hudson and Landry time. We have another question now, and it's worth a Temptations album. And it's, here's the question. What's Frank Sinatra's theme song? I bet you we'll have a lot of trouble getting an answer to this. It's our number is 388-7191. And from Orange County, 522, let me look up here close. On the 522-072. Our Orange County number is always ringing. I think it's Hilly Rose.
This is Marilyn Beck on the Hollywood Hotline for Service 640. Dustin Hoffman's wife, Ann, has been asked to become a permanent guest prima ballerina with the Frankfurt Opera Ballet. If she accepts, it will mean lengthy separations for Dustin and the beauty, who had been a rising member of the American Ballet Theater until her marriage in 1969. Ann gave up career until several years ago when Dustin agreed it was time for her to be more than, and I quote, just a housewife. Now that this offer from Germany has come, it will be fascinating to see if Ann's willing to retreat to her husband's shadows once again. An inside outlook. Plans are proceeding for the $6 million production of Harlequin, based on the Morris West adventure novel about the kidnapping of a mogul son. The film is being made for 20th Century Fox by Sagittarian Entertainment, whose board chairman is Edgar Bronfman, Sr. Right, the same Edgar Bronfman who is head of Seagram's and who is just recovering from the hell of having his own son held by kidnappers for over a week. This is Marilyn Beck for KFI.
All right, Marilyn, thank you so much. And now, at 12 minutes till 5 on KFI, we're going to go to that great man in the sky, Bruce Wayne.
Okay, Bob, I'm over the east side of the city now, and these freeways are starting to fill in rapidly. There's a double dose of trouble on the Pomona Freeway. Eastbound at Peck Road, traffic is starting to jam up. One reason is 3 stalled vehicles off on the right shoulder. Another reason is a brush fire that's broken out in a field south of the Pomona Freeway and just west of Peck Road. So that's causing quite a distraction, although no structures or anything are threatened. On the Hollywood Freeway northbound, north of Western, CHP helicopter reporting a stall in the number 3 travel lane. Harbor Freeway southbound, south of 51st Street, a disabled car. Outbound San Bernardino, very heavy traffic from Soto out past Fremont, where we had an earlier accident. Traffic on the Pomona Freeway loads up at the Long Beach Freeway, stays heavy out to Garfield, and then the other slowdown approaching Peck Road. Northbound Hollywood is busy from south of Vermont, heading up toward Cahuenga Pass. On the Harbor Freeway, there's busy traffic from Figueroa down to Slauson. Bruce Wayne, KFI in the sky.
That's our man in the sky, Bruce Wayne on KFI.
Safe and unsinkable from Snark Products Incorporated.
It's 11 minutes till 5 on KFI.
I guess it was yourself you were involved with. I would have sworn it was me. I might have found out sooner if you'd only let me close enough to see. That ain't no way to treat
ain't no way to treat a lady. No way at all. Well, I tell you, we got a way to treat a lady. She won an album. We're going to send it to her, and I recognized her voice. Have we got her on now? It's Sweet Dick's World War II singing lady. We asked a question, what was Frank Sinatra's theme song? And she called in kind of hesitant and a little tentative and said, could it be Put Your Dreams Away? And she started to sing a little bit of it. And I said, you're Sweet Dick's World War II singing lady. And she is, and her name is Rebecca Wood. And Rebecca, since you can't do Put Your Dreams Away, can you sing it? Because some of the people that listen to Sweet Dick, or rather listen to us, don't get a chance to hear Sweet Dick. They could be working or something, and they've never had the opportunity of hearing you sing. I was in a swimming pool one day when Sweet Dick was on, and you sang one of the great World War II songs. I can't remember what it was now, because you sang another one after that, and then that's what mixed me up. But now, since it's a Frank Sinatra song, would you sing one of the Frank Sinatra songs for us a little bit?
Strangers in the Night, is that the one you want?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I'll try. You know, I just got out of work myself, and I surprised myself by calling you.
Well, you were right on the money, and we're going to send you a Temptations album.
Oh, terrific.
So if you just sing a little bit of Strangers in the Night, and then,
right,
you know, we'll creep off into the night.
Okay. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes. Oh, goodness.
No, that's super. That is really good. Those are the words. I've seen them written down. And
that I didn't have it written down, but
oh, I know. And you're out of breath from working, and your hemoglobin is all raced up. It's okay. Yes, sir.
Something in your eyes told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, there are strangers in the night. Up to the moment when we said our first hello, little did we know love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight. In love forever, we'd be sharing love for strangers in the night.
Okay, sweetheart, thanks a lot. Now, we got your address. We're going to send you our Temptations album.
I'll try to do better the next
time. Oh, hey, listen, to me...
Fine, I just came from work.
That's what I said. I know that. Traffic car and everything, but thanks anyway, and when you call Sweet Dick, tell him you met Hudson Landry, okay?
Terrific.
Okay, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's 5 minutes now until 5 o'clock with Hudson Landry on KFI. KFI reporter Eleanor Green will examine the Los Angeles housing situation 20 years from now in the KFI news special, Los Angeles 1995, Homes Wanted. Eleanor Green will talk with city planners, real estate brokers, construction industry officials, and Mayor Bradley, researching her 25-minute news special, which airs tonight at 7:35. Oh, 7:35. Good. I like it. That turns me loose early. Right here on KFI.
KFI is never far away.
We have $320 in our voice now, and if you think you know who the voice belongs to, put it on a card. We don't accept letters. Send it to $64 voice, KFI, Los Angeles 90004.
Pollyanna.
That's it. I thought it was Polly Bergen. Ran into a lot of people over the weekend that said I was wrong, so I'm cringing back and wondering now. 3.5 minutes until 5 o'clock, Save-On time at KFI. Time for Save-On's 3 great radio bargains. Only now through Wednesday at Save-On drugstores. Super savings on these items. Lavoris, the big 40-ounce bonus bottle with 8 ounces free, only 99 cents, and that's a bonus price. And Alberto VO5 hairspray, the big 16-ounce can is only $1.99. I'm sorry. I should be shot in the head altogether. The big 16-ounce can is only $1.49. And Personal size ivory soap, 4 bars for only 45 cents. If you don't like to keep yourself clean, you can weld them together and float to safety. Because they're 99 and 49%, unsinkable, like Molly Brown. Great bargains from your nearby Save-On drugstore. They're open tonight till 9:30.
Save On. The quality drugstore. Save On. The place to shop. Save On. A great place to shop. Save On drugstore. Save On drugstore. Save On.
Remember, bargain number 1, Lavorus, the 40-ounce bonus bottle, only 99 cents. That's mouthwash for those of you people who are, in here illegally and don't understand our lingo altogether. Bargain number 2, Alberto VO5 hairspray, 16-ounce can, only $1.49. And bargain number 3, personal size ivory soap, 4 bars for 45 cents at Save-On. A great place to shop. Listening to the Hudson Landry Show on KFI, in answer to a lot of questions about why Napoleon Bonaparte kept his hand on his belly button leaked. That was the answer that I got. This is KFI Los Angeles. Pat McGinnis up next with news. At the sound of the tone, it'll be 5 o'clock.
Here's the news you need at 5 o'clock. Good afternoon. For KFI, I'm Pat McGinnis. President Ford in Milwaukee said today he expects an Israeli-Egyptian Sinai peace agreement within the week. Secretary of State Kissinger, back in Israel today from his talks in Egypt, said he made progress toward agreement in his meeting with President Sadat. Well, at home, Agriculture Secretary Earl Butz attributes progress toward Mideast peace in part to U.S. grain sales to Russia.
Far better we exchange bushels with them than to exchange bullets. And we're exchanging bushels. And as long as you extend that kind of trade, you are promoting the basis for the kind of thing that Henry Kissinger is getting done in the Mideast as we sit here this very day. And I think that kind of trade is well worthwhile.
Secretary Butz not only says the U.S. has learned to use food as a tool of diplomacy, but he thinks the U.S. can still sell the Russians 10 million more tons of grain this year. In Portugal, the question seems to be whether the moderate generals will now attempt to oust President Gomes. Gomes today refused to oust the pro-communist Premier Gonçalves and his regime as the moderates reportedly demanded. On Capitol Hill, Daniel Houghton, chairman of Lockheed, told Senate probers today none of the $22 million in payoffs to foreign officials came from funds gained through the government's guarantee of loans to Lockheed. It came from foreign contracts, he said. Houghton would not name foreign officials to whom the bribes were paid. Locally, funeral services are to be held Wednesday for 54-year-old Lockheed Vice President Robert Waters, who committed suicide last week. Senate probers said they had no plans to question Waters about the payoffs of which Chairman Daniel Houghton testified about today.
Up in Sacramento, the Assembly passed and sent to the governor today the measure to make eligible 250,000 farm workers eligible now for unemployment pay benefits if the governor signs the bill. And Governor Brown today did sign a bill which allows Californians to designate on their driver's licenses permission to donate their vital organs for transplant after death. It goes into effect next July 1st for licenses issued on that date and afterwards. A major gas leak this afternoon in downtown Beverly Hills forced the closure of Wilshire Boulevard for an hour and a half and prompted nearly 1,000 people to be evacuated from nearby office buildings. But there was no explosion and no one was hurt in the mishap. Southern California Gas Company spokesman Alan Vine told KFI News how that leak began.
At about 1:45 today, gas company crews were working, doing some routine maintenance work on Wilshire Boulevard, and they actually broke a valve on top of a 4-inch main.
By 3 o'clock, workmen had shut off the leak with a clamp and begun the repair work. Wilshire Boulevard was reopened shortly afterwards, but the office buildings had to be aired out before any of the people could be allowed back inside. Acting L.A. City Fire Chief Kenneth Long won permanent appointment today. He's been on the force 28 years, is 50 years old. Ken Long, the new permanent L.A. City Fire Chief. The L.A. City Council today gave tentative approval to raising the city property tax rate by nearly 26 cents. That would make it $3.08 per $100 of assessed property valuation. In West Covina, a fire department arson expert says a preliminary investigation indicates that $100,000 fire at the West Covina Holiday Inn last week was deliberately set, and that probe goes on. In Pomona tonight, the Police Officers Association meets to determine the officers' next move in their fight with the city for higher wages. One possible alternative is the Pomona police voting to strike. In El Monte, police were continuing a slowdown at last report as they seek to force city officials back to the bargaining table in their wage dispute. Some events that will be in tomorrow's news. America's oldest astronaut, Deke Slayton, undergoes exploratory lung surgery in Houston tomorrow. In what appears to be a war of nerves, a supermarket industry spokesman says because contract talks with the Southern California Retail Clerks Union are at an impasse, the supermarket chains beginning tomorrow will advertise for replacements for the clerks who could go on strike next week. The contract talks are in recess. The Freeway Watch continues at 4.5 minutes after 5 with Bruce Wayne, KFI in the Sky. Bruce?
Not bad. I'm over the valley right now, and traffic on the Ventura Freeway is looking very good for the hour. We're getting a little slowing at the Hollywood Freeway, just some merging on-ramp traffic at that point. Southbound San Diego is very tough from Imperial down past the Harbor Freeway. On the Hollywood Freeway southbound approaching Vine Street, there's a disabled up on the center divider. That's backing traffic both ways. The northbound Hollywood is heavy most of the way from downtown up toward Cahuenga Pass now. On the Ventura Freeway eastbound, east of Las Virgenes, a stall on the center divider. Ventura eastbound, east of Canoga, some metal in the roadway. Outbound Pomona Freeway around Peck Road, there's a fire off to the south or right-hand side of the freeway if you're heading outbound or eastbound, and it's causing quite a bit of rubbernecking in the area, so look for extra slowdown. Santa Ana Freeway southbound at Slauson, a stalled truck in lane number 3. Santa Ana Freeway northbound at Red Hill, we've had an accident, and I just spotted an accident on the northbound San Diego Freeway north of Mulholland. All vehicles are off to the right, but it's really jamming traffic in Sepulveda Pass. Now let's catch up on all of today's sports with Mike Walden.
Well, the big story in sports today, the sale of the San Francisco Giants to some Japanese businessmen for $17 million. This includes the ball club, the farm system, even their hotel and complex at Casa Grande, Arizona. UPI's Milt Richmond broke the story this morning, yet one of the Giants' vice presidents, Charles Rupert, says it's not true.
We've had several reports like this. This is just another one, in my estimation. A rumor, a wild one at that, because the club has not been sold.
Despite Rupert's denials, others are saying today it is true and will be officially announced when the season is over. The Reds' magic number is 17. The Reds clobbered the Cubs today, 11-4. Cincinnati got 19 base hits in the process. The Phillies and the Dodgers go at it tonight at Dodger Stadium. Larry Christensen versus Andy Messersmith. By the way, the Dodgers' Bill Buckner will have surgery on his ankle a week from tomorrow, the 2nd of September. The Angels not scheduled. They'll play in Boston tomorrow night. A tennis winner today, Chris Evert in the women's tournament in Harrison, New York. A crushing 6-love, 6-1 victory over Virginia Wade. There's only one major title Chris Everett hasn't won, and that's the U.S. Open, which begins in 2 days. And right now, Chris Everett is the odds-on favorite.
I'm really eager for it. I think maybe this year more than ever because it is on clay. And because the last 4 years I've gotten to the semifinals, and I'd like to, do better this year. And I think since January, I think my goal has been to win Forest Hills. But, I hate to put pressure on myself. So therefore, I'm really not going to, look towards the finals. I think if I play each match at a time, and I'm playing well, and I'm feeling okay, I think I have a good chance to win it.
You know how much money Chris Everett has won this year in just tournaments alone? $252,000, and she still has 4 more months to go. Mike Walden, KFI Sports.
Oh, that one just stuns me. That much money?
Yes.
Wow.
$252,000.
Let's talk about another gal that makes some money. And we have no idea how much, Mike, but I have a hunch she makes a lot. Loretta Swit, the actress, one of the stars of TV's MASH. Anyhow, she says with her fame, she has a desire now to keep some things private. And this is quoting her, like her age, her sex life, and her marital status. The only thing people can do with that information, Ms. Swit says, is box you in. Hot Lips also says she won't list her age on even an insurance form. So maybe one of the stars of MASH is just trying to avoid mashers. Ooh. KFI News Time, 9 minutes after 5.
Is the name of my butane. I love to flick its dependable flame. It comes in all the colors of the rainbow. You can count on a flick of a Bic.
And now I ask distinguished ambassador of Bosnia a question of grave significance. Can I have a flick of your Bic?
It gives thousands of lights. Bic. Just a flick, it ignites. Bic. You just can't find a brighter lighter.
You won't believe what I saw. What? Well, there was Dr. Angela Nurse Kravitz, and he was actually flicking her Bic.
Of all the lighters you can pick, there's only one. It's called a Bic. You can count on the flick of a Bic.
Bic. KFI News Center weather. Night through mid-morning, clouds and fog. Then mostly sunny tomorrow and Wednesday. Overnight lows near 60, highs near 80. Today's high was 84. Right now at the Civic Center, 77. The beaches, 67. Orange County, 78. The Valley, 85. San Diego, 72. A first stage health advisory call for San Gabriel Valley at 4 o'clock an hour ago. And the APCD predicts first stage health advisories for the inland valleys of L.A. County, western San Bernardino, and Riverside counties tomorrow. That's KFI News. I'm Pat McGinnis. At 10 minutes after 5, you're up to date.
Okay, Hudson and Landry lovers, this is the Monday version of the Hudson and Landry show, and we're flying on a Hudson and a prayer because Ron's not feeling good. That's unusual for him. When he does get it, though, he always gets it in the same place, Malibu. That's right. That's between the chin and the thorax. He was coming down with it Saturday. I looked at him, I said, well, 10, 15 minutes after 4 o'clock, and his eyes started to droop a little bit. I said, hey, your wheels are falling off, kiddo. Oh, it feels so good. Well, that's my bag. I said, wait a minute. I'm here to teach you things. But, no, wait, don't do the sick thing. That's my thing. But he really started to perspire a little bit, and he had kind of a rough weekend. And I don't know whether he'll be in tomorrow or not. But anyway, if he's not, I'll be here, and Steve will be here to help us. So everything will be all right. The Lord is our shepherd, and we shall not segue. It's 14 minutes after 5 o'clock.
I'm Jane, and this is a No Frills commercial. Just straight talk and good news. Yes, No Frills is back, which means that now you can fly national and save a big 35%. Fly me with No Frills.
Thank you, love. Starting September 3rd, you can fly National's No Frills fares to Houston for only $73. Now, that's a saving of $39. Save $60 to Miami. $46 to New Orleans. The number of frills seats is limited, so you've got to act fast. It's a first-come, first-served situation. Yes, No Frills is back. For details, call your travel agent or National Airlines. We have a Brenda Lee album for our next question. Brenda is one of those little gals that matured fast, got there fast, and made it in a hurry, and I don't know what happened to her. I suppose she's probably married someplace, probably living very happily on her residuals. Anyway, if you remember, we have an album for you by her. If you're the first one to call us with the correct answer on this question, what great painter painted himself 62 times? Now, I don't mean Dave Hull's cousin Homer either. Now, he's a drunk. He's painted himself 162 times, but he does it with a roller.
Can I ask you something? How come you made such a great dinner last night, right down to that homemade dessert, and you didn't make a whole pot of coffee? Because your husband never has more than one cup? What kind of coffee are you using? You don't use U-Ban? Come on, to make the best, you have to start with the best. U-Ban's 100% Colombian, a specially rich blend. Makes a coffee so rich, it's worth a second cup. And aren't your dinners worth a coffee that's worth a second cup? U-Ban.
Since the introduction of Vaughn's value pricing, over 200,000 more shoppers each week are finding better food prices on quality items like rich and flavorful U-Ban coffee. You'll find it at all Vaughn's markets. Oh, you are beautiful, but say you got that way from taking regular baths in cold U-Ban.
You don't believe me, do you?
Oh, I know. No, I'm not saying that. I just wanted to join you.
As the morning casts 1,000 bits of sunlight, and they shine like diamonds on the morning